Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So I have something very exciting and new to share with you today. This is a brand new product. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before. This is the Color Cube. So let's go ahead and have a look. Okay, I know I've talked to you guys about the Color Catalogue before here on my channel. I'm sure I have. I will find the video and I'll link it for you down below. But this is a product that is a digital product. So I'm going to talk about this first and then I'm going to come into the cube. So I was actually sent a copy of volume 2 of the Color Catalogue a really long time ago, and that's what I've already had a look at. But I never had volume 1. I don't know why. I didn't go back and do it. And there were some things that when I went looking into this properly and got really excited about the color cubes that I realized that they had that just made me really happy. So let's have a quick look first at what the Color Catalogue is and then how it then works with the color cubes. So the Color Catalogue is a digital item. It is a PDF kind of thing. You can use it on Reader or in iBooks, or depending on what kind of reader you have. But it's basically, it's going to pick your colours for you, help you pick your colours. So if you're someone like me that struggles a little bit with what colours look really nice together, this is a really cool way of doing it. So this is the front page. You scroll up to page 2 and you can browse this then by colours, keywords or collections. So just as an example, let's have a look at colours. And let's say I want to do something that's purple. So I can go here and I can go here and go purple, and I can see all of the palettes here that have purple involved in them. They also have puce, and you can click on them and you can come in to more detail. What this is really cool for is it then will also give you the hex codes, the RGB, CMYK codes, and I'll show you in a minute how it then joins into some other things. So that's looking at if you want to search by colour. If you're someone like me that wants to do keywords, and trust me, this is where I love volume 1. I love volume 2, do not get me wrong. But volume 1 has Christmas, so when I'm trying to pick Christmas ones, oh my goodness, am I someone that struggles? And I don't always like to do that traditional green and red. So I love to have a look here. One that I actually picked and I've used recently, which you'll see soon, is this one here, 180, which has got this cool kind of candy cane look. So they're there's 2 dark teals, there's a silver, and then there's 2 reds. It looks beautiful, but I never would have come up with that by myself. So I love using that for this reason. It means I can come up with ideas that I wouldn't come up with on my own, and that I can really kind of run with. So what's cool about this is obviously you can scroll through. There's 250 in volume 1, and then there are another, whoops, I should have done that first, another 250 in volume 2. So you have 500 colour palettes here that you can pick so many different things. So this one here with keywords, there's not Christmas in this one, but it does have festive, which doesn't necessarily run with Christmas, but runs a little bit more with the party kind of theme. But you can look there. There is also browse by collections. So you've got fall, winter, ocean life, colour palette, florals, animals, etc., etc. There's also cool monotone ones, which I think is really, really cool. So that's the Color Catalogue in the digital form. I always knew about this. This is an older product. What I didn't know is about these 2 newer things that have come to join with it. So the number one thing that I'm going to struggle with is that I'm not a digital person. I am to a certain extent. I obviously love iPads and computers and all the things, but I'm very much someone that prefers tactile, that prefers to be able to feel. And that's where these come in. And by the way, they're just gorgeous. So these are the color cubes. What these are printed versions of every single colour palette that you get in the Color Catalogue Volume 1 and Volume 2. So you open these boxes up. It's got the little sticker there that I have not yet decided what I want to do. But you have the Color Cube Volume 1 and the Color Cube Volume 2. Now, these can work completely independently of the actual digital version. However, I highly recommend you getting both because they work beautifully in tandem with each other. There is no way to be able to search these by keyword or by color. You have the little cards. So I'm just going to, as an example, so I'm just going back to volume 1 for a second, and I'm going to go back to that beautiful one that we did before, so the 180. So I'm going to come in here and I can see the little numbers. I'm going to scroll through here and I'm going to get to 177, 178, 180. I'm going to pull this beautiful card out. So you can see it is a beautifully printed card with that same picture on the front, the same colours on the front, and so it looks exactly like, and it does look a little bit different, but everything always does between digital and real life. Still the same gist of it though. And then on the back, it's got those same hex codes. It doesn't have the RGB CMYKs, but that's okay. It has little names for them, so teal, seafoam, white smoke, scarlet, and burgundy. But what it also then has is the 3 kind of colours that are lighter and darker. So you can kind of see if you wanted to scale it back. So instead of using these ones, you could use these ones, which are all just a little bit lighter. I love this. I love being able to have a tangible thing. If I've got a project that I want to do, especially if you're a colour, like if you like colouring books, or if you want to do projects with certain colours, you could just clip these onto the project that you're working on to give yourself ideas. You can also, if you don't want to do the whole digital thing, you can just sit here and you can kind of run your fingers through. You can also tip them out if that's what you want to do. But let's just see what I'm going to pull out here. We're going to pull out, oh goodness, they're so beautifully cut and perfect together. It's actually hard to get out. So this is $3.96. So we've got a dark burgundy again. We've got that rosy pink, hot pink, light pink, and emerald. That's actually a gorgeous colourway. That's beautiful. Now I want to make a card that's got that. But I like the inspiration of it as much as I like the appeal of being able to use it with my projects. I love the idea of being able to come here and go, I have no idea what kind of colours I want to use, but I know I want to make this kind of card. Go to the colour catalogue on the digital one, have a look at it, see what I can pick up, and then come in here and have a look. I just think it's really clever. Again, I'm someone that prefers tangible, so that's why these are really super cool. I just love them. Like, they're beautiful just to even look at. And there's just so many different ideas. Most of the time they are five colours. Sometimes they are 6. So this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6. Beautiful, beautiful teals with some oranges and some browns. See, I'd never put those colours together. That's just beautiful. So they all live in the little colour cubes. They are stunning. They look beautiful on my cupboard. That's the bonus. The other thing that has recently come out that has joined this party is the companion. Now, the companion is another digital one. However, you can print it. If you wanted to print it, you could absolutely print it. I've been playing with it, so I'm right at the bottom here. Whoops. So this is the colour companion. There are multiple versions of this. In fact, let me just double check exactly what versions there are of this. I'll go through that in just a second. But if you're someone that then colours, so whether you use pencils or markers or anything like that, this is what's going to tell you matches up with these. So this comes for Spectrum Noirs, Prismacolors, Copics, Tombos, Uwuhu, Caran d'Ache Luminas, I don't know what that is, Faber-Castell Polychromos, Derwent Ink Test, Ink Tense, Black Widows, Derwent Coloursoft, Derwent Artists. Oh, I can do it for my artists! And any time that a new set of markers, as they add new things in, if there's another kind of medium that comes out, I'm trying to think of the ones that came up just recently that I saw people starting to experiment with. They might be able to add those. And if you've bought the full colour suite, which is what I've purchased here to get all of this, they will add those and you will be able to access them as they come on. For me, I wanted it for the Copics. That's where I've invested my crafting dollar. So I wanted it for this. But you can then, if you're someone that also has the Tombow markers or someone that also has the Derwent Artist, which I do have, you now have a way of doing that. Now, I'm not going to show you all of them because I don't want to give away all the colours. But I am just going to scroll, because I've already got this one out. I'm just going to scroll really quickly to this $3.96 because that's the one I've already got here. $3.96. Come on, brain. So here we go with $3.96. So it's going to tell me here that the $3.96 is going to match up with R89, R37. I'm actually going to get them out. So R89, R37, RV14. Oh, that's pretty. RV11 and G29. Oh, that's a beautiful colour combo. Oh, I like that. That's done it all for me. I don't have to think. I honestly don't have to think at all. I've got the beautiful colour combo without having to sit here and swatch it for myself. The team at Renae Clark have done such an amazing job of going through and making sure the colours all match as close as possible. They're never going to match perfectly because that's just the way that digital and then what markers exist alike. But for example, if you see down here, if you go down to 398, it's got BV25 and BV29. It's got little asterisks. That means that it's as close as they can possibly get to it. Just as a side note, these are all just ideas. You don't have to use exactly the colours that's here. If you look at this and you go, oh, and I'm just going to give a little hint here, this RV14 is nowhere near as bright on paper as it is on the marker. It looks a lot brighter. But if you look at that and you go, no, I really don't want that RV14. I think I want to bring in this R32 instead. So close, but so far. You can do that. These are just guides. They are there to guide you to what might work for you, but you can always change them out. You can add in an extra color, and that's where these cool ones with the extra, like the darker and the lighter shades, will help you out. Because if you want to pull back just a little bit, you might be able to go back to this slightly less dark one. You can look at your Copics and go, okay, well, this one's close. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, but I just think it's really clever. It's such an awesome system to work in together. So to be able to go from a digital thing of going, okay, I want to look at something floral, I'm colouring in flowers today, or I'm making a flower card, I want to have an idea. You can then go florals. Oh, look, I love that with the greens and the pinks. I then can go, so I've used my Color Catalogue, the original version. I've then gone to my Color Cube. I've pulled this out and I've gone, yep, that's what I want to do. And then I've gone back to my companion and I've picked out my colours using it. So amazing to have this awesome suite of resources that is going to be able to help me pick out my colours, because I'm honestly terrible with it. The little plan that I also have for myself is to try and do something similar, and it doesn't come with Distress Oxides in the colour companion. I don't expect it to. There are nowhere near enough colours in Distress yet to quite match up with what's in the Color Catalogue, but I feel like I can kind of match up some of my colours a little bit and help myself out with using these as well. But even just looking at this, I'm looking at that going, okay, well, I reckon that could be Aged Mahogany. That one could be maybe Festive Berries. That could be Peach Raspberry. That could be either Worn Lipstick, or maybe even Tattered, or maybe even Spun Sugar if you want to go slightly lighter. And that one could be Pine Needles. And I've done that without having to look anywhere other than just straight up in front of me, which is where all my inks live. But I never would have come up with that colour combination on my own, ever, in a million years. I love this. I so love it. And if you're, again, someone like me that's crazy about having multiple amounts of thousands of rainbows all over her office, which is what I have in this place, just having these on my cupboard's really nice. I like having them there. So that's the full colour suite. I will link down below. I do have an affiliate code for these. Just means I make a little bit on the side, but none of this is sponsored in that way. I'm just giving you the code because I can. Don't have to use it. Just go and have a look at this system and have a look for yourself. You don't have to buy it all at once. You can buy just the Color Catalogue on its own if you want to start there and maybe see how much you use it. And then if you do, you can then go on to get maybe the companions. If you're not someone that's a tangible person like me, you don't need to hold it. You don't need the cubes. But man, they're fun. And man, it's fun just to sit here and go through all of them. I swear, I've had these for about 3 days and I have done thousands of run-throughs. I just keep looking at them and looking at them. And just as an extra little thing too, the thing that I would be worried about, and I've said it before, the hardest thing sometimes with real things is that they do tatter and they do tear and they do become stained and worn. These have got a really nice sort of satin coating that I reckon could probably kind of get away with being a little bit messy. You could probably get some water on this and that would just resist it. I don't think that's going to tear. They're kind of like it kind of feels like a synthetic kind of cardstock. Really, really thick. I don't know if you can hear. Not really. Definitely, but they're gorgeous. They've got little rounded corners. They've been beautifully printed. The boxes are stunning. I cannot more highly recommend this for anybody that has trouble with colours. Anyone that struggles at all, this is going to help you so very much. So that is it for this video. I hope you did enjoy it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to follow and subscribe. If you're interested in seeing how I use these in card making or in projects that I'm doing, if you want to see that, if you want me to include that part of it in my video, please let me know down below, because I would be happy to always go, this is where I've got my colour inspiration from, and actually give you the code so that you know where I've managed to find it. If you want to see that, just leave it down below. Of course, you can find me on my socials. I'd love to chat with you more about this as well. I need to send a huge big congratulations to Sarah from Renae Clark. This is an awesome achievement to get these made. I know so many people were very excited about it, and I was very glad that mine popped up and was here so fast so I can share it with you guys so very quickly. I hope you guys have an absolutely awesome day, whatever you get up to, and I will catch you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!